wanna show you out to the world. You can be my number one girl. I'll put you in some diamonds and pearls. I just wanna make you mine. And we ain't gotta waste no time.
Welcome back, fam. I'm Tish.
And I'm Trey.
And you're watching Tish and Trey.
It's been so long.
It's been so
man.
long.
It's been so long. It's like a lot has happened
year.
in our life. So
Yeah, a lot has happened.
yeah, a lot of adjusting.
What's today?
Too.
Today is May 8th. Today's May 8th. Our anniversary was 7 days ago, so a week ago today. And yeah, our first anniversary.
First anniversary.
Yes.
It's our anniversary. The first one. So we had to do it up, man. But
Yeah, so this year has been amazing. Like I always heard, people always say like the first year is gonna be tough. And I also heard some people say, well, the first year is easy because it's the honeymoon phase and blah blah blah. All of that is trash. Our first year was amazing.
Yes.
It still feels the same like when we were dating. So I don't know. I don't really believe in the honeymoon phase. Like I feel like you can experience that throughout your whole marriage with the proper work.
yeah, and it's really about what you put into it as well too.
Yeah.
Like how you put into your partner, how you speak into your partner, and so really we just been focused on real deal, like giving each other affirmations, really talking each other through situations, and really getting to the root of our disagreements. We don't have many, but just when it comes to those, like we kind of have that sit down talk and really get to it.
Yeah.
Even when the emotions are high, and just because I know we had our moments, but it's just like it's still like knowing that the full goal, the main goal, is to stay together through whatever. So
Right.
like we don't let that deter us, and we create what we want to create in our relationship. So we not gonna come through and just be like throw that D word out there, like nah.
Yeah.
So
I was trying to say, what D word? What you talking about? But of course, that's how it's not even in my mind.
right.
But yeah, so we went skydiving 2 days ago. We went skydiving 2 days ago to celebrate our anniversary. We were originally supposed to go on our anniversary, but they rescheduled us due to weather and all that stuff. So it was perfect timing. Like the weather was good.
Man,
everything was so much fun. We're gonna upload a separate video on the whole process, our experience with that, and the actual footage from the skydiving.
Right.
But today we just wanted to come to y'all and just check in and check up because we didn't really have a sit down after our wedding. Which was in July. So we actually got married last May 2021, May 1st, 2021. But we had the actual wedding July 31st, 2021 in Memphis.
The actual like reception.
Wedding reception, even though we was already married.
It's crazy because at first it was gonna be like, it was like changing. Like everything was changing so quick. So we had to kind of adapt to whatever. And so originally, we was designed to have our wedding in Paris. And then
the COVID
restrictions was kind of up and down, so we didn't really know how that was gonna go. And so really, we just decided to have it in Tish's hometown in Memphis, and really go up there. Basically, we brought Paris to Memphis, as you can see in our videos.
Right.
With the Eiffel Tower, we had the what's the thing called? The carousel in the background. So it was just super nice, and it was exciting, really, but.
Yeah, we eloped in Dallas first, in May 1st. Y'all probably saw that because we posted that. And then we had the wedding July 31st, and y'all probably saw that because we posted that.
If you haven't, go check out
the elopement and the wedding
video. We'll post it somewhere up here at the top.
Or in the
description
card. Box.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just wanted to talk about the day. Because the day was great. The actual wedding day in Memphis. It was great. It was at the Children's Museum. But it didn't quite go as planned all the way.
I will say though, for us to not have a coordinator, a day of coordinator, or a full coordinator of our whole wedding, and it was really based on us, we did one good job of what it was like of us not being professionally coordinators. It went the timing went kind of well, but there was still some iffy ups and downs in there, and we'll explain the process.
Yeah, definitely. So The day of, yeah, I'm trying to see where to start. But yeah, the day of, like, my morning went well. Got my hair done, got my nails done, got my makeup done, got my wax. Like, just had a whole self-care day. I really forgot that the wedding was even the same day because I was just out of it. Even my wax lady, she was like, wait, you said the wedding today? I'm like, yeah. She said, you seem so calm. I'm like, I mean, really, because we already married. But, I mean, I was still just calm. And I just enjoyed my morning. But it's like, as time starts to get closer, the time started to move faster for me. So it was like, timing just was thrown off. I got to the venue like around 5. The wedding was supposed to start at 6. So I got there like at 5:20. And then put on my stuff, did a couple videos, took a few pictures. But because the timing was so rushed, I didn't get to get as many pictures as I wanted outside and just different places because I was just out of order as far as my timing. Which I'm always bad with timing, like always late, always. And I kind of didn't want that to happen for the wedding, but whatever.
It was the same way with me. My morning really went smooth.
Yeah.
Shout out to my barber. He came down from Lexington, Tennessee to Memphis. He chopped me up before the wedding. And so really, I mean, the way we kind of organized and planned it, because we only had one photographer, 2 videographers, one for me and one for her. And so the way we kind of structured it out, that went pretty well. Yeah. But it was more so like we needed more time for our photographer to get more pictures. It was kind of like a really, really strong crunch. Yeah. He was able to get our individual pictures together, but it still was like really limited as far as like us taking pictures before the wedding, getting those pictures like outside and things like that. We originally wanted to do it in a park, but it was just like the timing was so slim. So slim. And so by the time it was almost time for the wedding to start, oh man, my dad, like I rode with him to the actual venue spot. And so our hotel was downtown at the Hotel Napoleon. Yeah. And so at the day of, it was like a baseball game downtown. And so he had to get the car, but he could have just told us to come outside, and he was just like, he drove all the way around, and we was already kind of late, and I was just frustrated. I was like, why would you go all the way around? Why you just didn't tell us to just come outside? So it was like, that was like a thing. And so we able to got there, but the wedding kind of started a little later than what we originally said on the thing. But.
Yeah. And I mean, I figured people probably figured that it was going to start later anyway, but it just, yeah. So just don't be like us. One thing I would tell y'all to do is make sure you have a day of coordinator that takes care of the timing, that lets you know, okay, we need to wrap this up, we need to start this, because we were supposed to have one, but it was like, I just forgot. Like, honestly, I forgot. And so we just basically took it upon ourselves. He had created the schedule, so I knew the schedule. It was just a rush, like all at the last minute. So don't be like us. One tip I would say is to have a day of coordinator.
For sure.
Secondly, a day of really our whole problem of the wedding itself could have been fixed with a day of coordinator altogether. Like every single issue. That was what we was missing. Like a day of coordinator, because so it was like little details that you probably may forget,
or our guests didn't really see, but we felt it, and it was just like, it's because we was running the show. Like, we was running the show, but we was also in the show, and you know how frustrating that can be if you trying to do both, and it just really don't work out. And so don't get us wrong, like, we did really enjoy our wedding, because I know people and the comments, everybody always got this opinion. Like, trust me, we very grateful of our day. We just coming to you to provide somebody out there that's maybe planning a wedding, that's thinking about their wedding, you know, or just being open and transparent so a lot of people don't make the same mistakes. So don't get us wrong, don't be jumping in the comments, but you know, do what you do. So whatever. But it's just like people always take the wrong message when it's like what we putting out. The reason why we putting this out there is to help somebody. That's what it all comes down to.
Right.
And sure you are steward, basically.
So basically, since time was crunching down, like guests were starting to arrive, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then my daddy walked in there where I was in my dressing room, and I was like, wait, is there music playing out there for the guests? Why they waiting? He's like, nah, ain't no music playing. I'm like,
so that was one thing. So one thing about our music is like we was playing it off this small speaker because the venue, I don't know, the speakers was out or something.
The speakers in where the guests were
they
I don't know,
didn't work. Or
they weren't attached. I don't know,
one of them. And so what happened was I told somebody to take my phone. I had we had a playlist that was like
we had a wedding playlist.
We had a reception playlist that had like all of the music that was it came. It was like gave you hype sometimes, and it gave you like that wedding R&B type of music that we desired. And so I told this person, take my phone, connect it to the speaker, and you can use this playlist. But I told her it was just like that you might have to control it because it could jump to something that turned up real quick. But we this was for everybody walking down the aisle. And so, man, we got once we walked out. So I had it was me, my dad, and my brother walking down the aisle, and Carrington as well. And so during that time, I realized with the music, first off, it was really low, and then also it was like elevator piano type of music, and I was just like, what?
And see, that might have worked for somebody else's wedding, but we're not those type of classical or traditional wedding type of people. So we didn't want that type. It's like
and then I started to think, I'm like, this the same stuff that our parents walked down to. Wait, they came after me though, right?
They came after
me. Yeah. So while I was up there, I'm still getting upset because like this is what's playing as they walking down the aisle, and it was just like, oh my gosh, like what is this? But go ahead with your side.
For me, from my side, everybody was. I was just loving it. I was still in my dressing room, but I could see everybody walking down on beat. I just couldn't hear what they was walking down to. So everybody's walking down. I'm like, okay, cool. It's flowing. And then when it's my turn to come, I come out, me and my dad, and my, what's it called?
Your veil.
My veil falls out of my head. Okay, so I'm just like, at this point, my daddy kept trying to put it in. Everybody kept trying.
It got like stuck to something that was on the side as when she was.
Everybody kept trying to put it back in, and I was just like, at this point, I'm gonna walk without it. Just take it out. So I was standing there, and
the music stops.
The music stops, right?
And so go ahead.
Music stops. I'm standing there. I was expecting my friend to sing, but she didn't sing, and they couldn't figure it out. So Trey was like, just play a track for her to walk down to.
They couldn't figure out what was going on with the speaker. So she had a microphone, but the speaker, I guess the microphone wasn't like on to the speaker, and so the lady that I gave my phone, I told her to play. I can't remember what I told her to play, but it was a song that we talked about songs.
Maybe Best Part by Daniel Caesar.
We talked about songs that we would have her walk down the aisle, before we had her friends singing. And so it was just all bad because the lady told me she wasn't connected to the speaker. So Tish walking down the aisle, no music,
silence.
And then all of a sudden I hear the speaker go doo-doo, and it was just like you were still connected, and that like really, really made me mad.
Yeah. And
still to this day, I still get upset when we talk about this story.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, we need a redo.
But I do offer forgiveness, as well.
We need a redo because it
wasn't her fault to an extent.
But it was like for him, he couldn't even get into the moment because he worried about my music. And my mama like yelling at me while I'm walking down the aisle. She was like, "Why would you start walking? Why didn't you just wait?" I'm like, I was told to start walking. Like I don't. I have been standing there for a minute. That's why I'm like, I guess they not gonna sing. I guess she's not gonna sing. I guess the music not gonna play. I'm just gonna walk because I was just standing there. Everybody just looking. I'm like, so I just walked in silence.
Yeah, that was silent.
I was just like,
it almost ruined the moment, but I instantly got over that, and once Carrington did an amazing job of like bringing it back in and
when we were saying
making
our
us
vows
feel
and stuff.
so happy and well and like just in that moment, like he made it kind of fun and funny, and it just really brought us back into that moment. So
yeah. Another thing during the actual vows and all of that, y'all. So me being late-ish, I really forgot to write my vows. Like I started on them the same morning when I was getting my hair done, and then I got distracted, and then I still couldn't come up with the words. So I'm like, I don't know what to say. So I'm like, okay, I feel like I got enough where I could just wing the rest. And so basically I had enough, but my vows just weren't given for me.
And you know what's funny? It's like I constantly give her these reminders where it's like, make sure you write your vows. Have you wrote your vows? I got mine. Have you wrote yours? Like I wrote my vows probably like weeks in advance, and so I was kind of mostly all the way through. Well, I think I was finished.
Yeah, he was.
And just making like little small changes. But I kept telling her like, make sure you write your vows. You got your vows. You don't want to be writing on the day of or the night before, because you know how they go. And she didn't do it. And she got up there trying to wing it, thought she would be able to wing it, and like voice cracking, nervous, and it was just like,
yeah. I mean, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. People probably didn't even notice, but yeah, I was literally just like trying to figure out what to say, because it was like even trying to prepare. It's like you have so many words, but don't know how to put them into this, you know. Right. So I was just trying to wing it. But other than that, it was okay. The rest of the wedding went okay. Cocktail hour went fine. They had music playing during cocktail hour.
Shout out to our videographers. They came and made it feel like a movie.
Production.
A whole production. I'm talking about they had the lights. They had, they had all the equipment with the video, and it was just like, man, people taking pictures with the light in the back. I mean, in front of the light, and it was just like it illuminated every room, and it was just like it made it feel like a movie for real.
Yeah, that was cool. I really liked that. So yeah, I feel like all of this could have been prevented if you had a day of coordinator. And writing vows is on me. So write your vows in advance, at least a few days before. If you a late person like me, like I do stuff last minute, literally. So I was writing the vows while I was getting my hair done. I told you I got distracted. And so I was like, in my wax, I couldn't really focus on typing because I was just out of that. Makeup, I couldn't type because my eyes closed. And so when I got to the venue and my dressing room, like stuff was going so fast that I didn't even have time to like try to write. And so as I'm about to walk out, I'm like, oh my gosh, I ain't finished my vows. So I'm like, I'm gonna just wing it. But yeah, so just do that in advance. So that's tip number 2, I guess.
When it came to the reception and the way we planned it out, like we had a lot of different things that we wanted to do.
Well, first, before the reception.
Okay.
So after we jumped the broom and then it was cocktail hour, everybody went to the drinking, did the 360 booth, all of that was cool. It was going good, but it was starting to get too long. And so the thing was, our timing was off with the wedding. We were a little behind, so they made everything else be behind. Yeah. So really after the wedding, we were supposed to go take pictures and then everybody else go to the cocktail hour. And so while we were trying to take pictures, it was just, timing was going so fast. We like trying to get pictures with his family, my family, us two together, us with our family, us with blah, blah, blah. And it was like, we still didn't get the
had
pictures.
To transition the room.
Move the chairs out the way, right. Yeah.
And get everything set up in the main room.
Right. So it was just like, the timing was so off. And so the cocktail hour ended up being longer than it was originally planned to be.
Probably a good 2 hours.
2 hours, like it was
2-hour cocktail hours. So
right.
Everybody was getting turned while we were
but they probably didn't notice it. But
right,
I know my mama kept coming up, was like, what's going on? Like, what's taking so long? The older folks are starting to leave. And I'm like, it's okay, whatever. If you feel like you gotta leave, just go. But yeah, our timing was just off, so they pushed everything back. But go ahead to the reception.
Yeah, so once the reception started, it was more so like we had a lot of stuff that we wanted to do in between the time of the reception, and so it kind of made it way much longer because we didn't necessarily think about like when it came to eating, like how long that would take and how long it would take to get everybody fed.
Shout out to Miss Fleming. And also, that's another thing too. She had asked me, could I find some servers for her a few days before the wedding. I'm like, okay, I can find some. I forgot about it. So her husband and her daughter ended up being servers with her. So shout out to y'all, the Fleming family. Love y'all. Thank y'all for the food. Thank y'all for the service. We appreciate it. Okay.
Yeah, and so I don't know what happened throughout the night, but it was just like things was lasting longer than we originally kind of planned and wrote it out. And so we didn't necessarily get the time or the chance to really just party like that.
Yeah.
It was just like, man, when it came to the venue, oh my gosh, like
it was
planning this out, our venue and booking our venue, like the coordinator over the venue kept changing because of COVID and like just
hiring people,
and it was just like we switched people probably like a good 3 times. So by the time we got to the last person, you know, it kind of like we didn't have that really relationship with them. Yeah, so basically, she kind of blew us off when it came to our wedding and our reception.
Right, because she had just started the week or 2 weeks before the wedding was actually happening. So we like, who is this? Like, we don't even know her. Mm-hmm. We didn't talk about what we talked about with the other people. So right. They shouldn't have done it because I didn't like it.
It's crazy because the first person we talked to, she was gonna like allow us to kind of, when our guests walk in, like turn everything on, so where the carousel just turns on, and so we didn't have those type of details with the new person, and so
so with the reception, it was beautiful. Wells Design and Tyrone, like shout out to y'all, like they really made it happen. And so they really made it happen. It was beautiful.
It was nice.
So the reception is going, it's flowing, but like you said, we didn't really get to turn up because of the timing. And then the lady, the coordinator, the new coordinator, she gonna tell us that we gotta be out by 11. And I'm like,
she came up to me, it was like 11. And
I'm
then
like,
also they gave us a timing on the carousel. So while we was trying to do our stuff and do like we just had different things
like the bouquet toss and all of that. She like, this the last ride for the carousel, so we stopped what we doing.
And then everybody got on the carousel. So that took even more time.
And then
also she told the vendors that came and get like Tyrone and Wells Events to come back at like right at 12, and they gotta be out by 1, right?
Right. So we knew they had to be out by 1. The thing is, she was trying to cut our wedding off at 11.
Early.
And so y'all remember we already behind. So it's like we trying to run through things. I'm like, wait, 11? That's not what we discussed. And she didn't know that because she was new.
Right.
So it was like that was all bad.
So it's like we kind of had to wrap it up, and we kind of got cut off too.
We did kind of get cut off, but not really, because I told him we not finna stop yet. We finna play a few songs, finna dance a little, and then do what you gotta do. So it was like the people that was waiting to pick up the dance floor and to take down the Eiffel Tower, they were just standing on the wall waiting because the lady told them to come back at 11 when they weren't supposed to come back till 12.
Right. So they inside our wedding just standing on the wall, and it's just like, you know, it's kind of disrespectful, bro.
It was like, so bad.
But I mean, you know, you usually gotta roll with the punches, and so we still was able to do the things that we desired to do.
It's still turning up for real,
right? Except because we was running everything. So when it came down to the end of it, everybody left. Like the venue, we paid all this money first off to have the venue, the time we were supposed to have it, and then also we paid them to clean up.
We paid them a cleaning
service fee.
We paid them like $700 for a cleaning fee. The event over, we about to go, and then my mama like, you know, the designer Wells Events, they gotta pick up their stuff, but they can't pick it up because all this all the plates on the
Some
table and trash on the table, and he said he not picking it up, which I understand because that's not his job. That was the job of the venue. So I'm like, when the time is over, everybody leaving, all the folks gone. I'm like, even the coordinator was gone.
Yeah.
She had left. I'm like, if she didn't want to be here, she should have had somebody else stay because she just left. Like, so we were just there. And so it ended up being me and Trey, my mama, and maybe my sister, my daddy, my daddy, all cleaning up the stuff off the tables so that the designer and his team can pick up their stuff and, be out. And so it was just bad. I was so mad at that point. I was just over it. I'm like
over it. And it was just like, man, like this is what happens though when you plan and you don't plan for the coordinator. You don't get those things. So it's like it was on us. We was running the show literally.
Not the trash. Like I was so mad about that.
Yeah.
Like I was so mad to the point I was just over it. Like and people were saying you need to call the Children's Museum and ask for your money back and all that. I don't even feel like dealing with them no more. I was just over it. The venue was nice, but I didn't like the lady, the last lady that they had, because she was just, she wasn't involved in what is it called?
A people person, I guess.
I mean, I'm talking about like she wasn't committed to our wedding. Like she wasn't. I forgot the word.
It kind of was like an outsider. Like
she didn't care about the wedding. Like she literally left. I'm like, man, you supposed to be here. Yeah, she didn't care.
Yeah.
So that was it.
That's how you gonna run into people like that. You just gotta know how to move. And so basically, to wrap it up, we had to clean up, and so we didn't get back to our hotel room probably about 2, 3, and just
maybe 2.
Tired.
We were so tired.
But at that moment, what's crazy how God worked is that's when we recorded that video, the TikTok.
Right.
Your sister told us to
we recorded the TikTok. And we was like, should we post it?
She was like, nah, post it
right now.
And it did well. First off,
my
other video.
So actually, before I walked down the aisle, I was in there and they recorded a video of me before everybody walked out. And so I had posted that one on TikTok. I wasn't expecting nothing of it. We had been posting on TikTok. We've been getting views, but it wasn't like,
that many views.
But I had posted that one, just put my phone away. And so when after we finished cleaning up and we got back to the hotel, I'm like, well, all these notifications, my video was taken off. Like it was at 800,000 by that time.
I didn't even know this was happening.
He didn't even know that I had posted a TikTok. And so then when we got back to the room, we were so tired, and I was like, I just want to go ahead and make this real. Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis, because I had saved it. I'm like, let's just go and make it. So we was like, okay, we're gonna make it. And we was just planning to post it later on. My sister was like, just post it right now. People be on TikTok right now. It's like 3 o'clock, something like that. Posted it. Woke up. That jump was just...
It took off, too.
It took off.
It's crazy how, like, you kind of be intentional with wanting to make a video go viral or desiring that. But then when you just let it flow and it just happened, you just like, dang, I didn't even expect, a video like that. I didn't even know about her first video at all. And then we do this Otis video, and we thinking we're gonna post it like tomorrow. Post it that night, and it just skyrocketed as well.
And then another thing too, y'all. Sorry, we kind of enough talking. Yeah. But another thing too, we did a little dance routine at our reception after we came out, and so the lady that was over the 360 booth, I didn't even know she was in there, but somehow she recorded us on her phone and posted it. Her video went viral of us. We didn't even know she had recorded us and posted this. So it was just, it was crazy.
We had 3 videos
gone viral, and we just like, how?
Wow. But it's so funny because when I think back to when we was first talking about doing like a dance routine, it got to a point where we kind of was like, didn't want to do it no more. Or was it you or was it me? Like didn't want to really do the dance routine like we initially said. I think it might have been you.
I feel like it was you.
And so we got a choreographer. Shout out to
Pronisha.
Shout out to Ro. Man, for that dance routine, because
I
can't dance. But she made me look really good. So,
so that was so good. But yeah, I mean, overall, the wedding was okay.
It was great.
I do want to redo. So
definitely.
We'll hit y'all back up probably about our 10-year.
10-year redo. And basically, we gonna make sure everything is in check.
It's gonna
in
be
line.
chill. Okay, it's gonna be
I'm
beautiful.
gonna have to be a
It's gonna
general
turned.
this time. for
Okay,
real.
because I want it to be like my envision of the wedding was to be turned at the reception. That's all I was.
Right.
I'm like, man, I'm trying to turn up, like trying to.
And see, I come out was turned, and everybody was live and lit. That joke was lit, man. But when it came to like partying, like how
We
we
didn't
wanted
get
to
to
party, we didn't get to because we was running the show.
And then it's like I
there's
knew
mistakes.
it would have been turned because we had all turned people there. My
Yeah.
family was turned, my sisters turned. Like it was
My
just we didn't
family
get to turn up.
Yeah.
So that was it. We're gonna do a redo. We're grateful.
We're gonna make sure it's a party this time.
It's gonna be a party.
For sure.
Okay. We probably 5 year, 10 year, maybe 10 year. It's gonna be a party. Like
All our family and friends, we giving you this message in advance to go ahead, put back maybe a couple stacks for
facts.
our 10 year. Like,
Because
ain't no excuses.
we
this
don't
time.
know, we may not be in the USA. Okay, just letting y'all know. So
We don't know
don't
yet,
say. Don't say.
For sure.
But yeah, that's all. Other than that, our first year has been amazing.
Yes.
It's been great.
Yes.
We're just living life.
Yep.
And yeah, we want to continue to live life and pray that we're able to be together
Yes.
for 80
Forever.
plus years. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, biggest takeaways from this: get you a day of coordinator if you plan a wedding. Don't let it fall on your parents or your sisters or anybody else like that. Like
And don't-
actually have somebody.
And don't let it fall on you.
You
Like,
either.
Don't think you just gonna take control of everything because the things that you desire, it needs to be delegated to
Yeah.
other people
Delegate.
that knows what they doing.
Definitely delegated. Oh, last thing we didn't mention. We didn't have a wedding party. We didn't have a wedding party. I don't want to get too deep because we supposed to cut this out, but we didn't have a wedding party because it was too much. So I just decided, you know what? Let's just cut everybody off. It's just gonna be me and you. So yeah, we didn't have a wedding party. So our 10 year, we definitely gonna have a wedding party, and by that time we'll have stable friends and we'll know who exactly gonna be in our wedding. Because most of the time I hear people that end up being at folks' wedding don't even talk to them years later anyway. So we'll have people who actually in our life and they'll be like, so yeah, that'll be fun too. So yeah, stay tuned for that 10 year. 1 year down, we got 9 more to go for the 10 year, but it's gonna come sooner than we expect.
Make sure you add us on social media.
Yes.
I'm on Instagram and I'm at @IamChrisStack.
My Instagram is martisha.chrisstack.
So follow us. We post frequently and we just give updates throughout our life and
Yes.
about what's happening. What's going on.
TikTok, we're at the Chris Stacks, so y'all can go watch them viral videos or anything else on there. And yeah,
All right. We
subscribe.
love y'all.
We love y'all. Thank y'all for watching if you stayed, because it's
And
probably about 30, 40 minutes.
Welcome back to our channel.
Welcome
we
back.
gonna start posting more often.
Yeah, we will. So we thank y'all. We love y'all. We'll see y'all soon.
Peace out.
Big